Like many things in life, with the good sometimes comes the challenges. Yes, it's a tropical paradise, but if a bad storm hits, you don't want to be here.
Hurricane Helene is now entering into the Gulf of Mexico, the lower part of it right out of the Yucatan Channel.
Sarasota's Siesta Key, with soft white sands, tropical palms, a quaint village, helped to rank it as the second best beach in the U.S., with the huge Roberts Bay on one side and the calm waves of the Gulf on the other side. This barrier island provides an escape, a playground for water sports. But these same waters can be so destructive during hurricane season.
And the entire west side of Florida is going to be under the gun. You're going to be raked by this thing as it rips up to your north.
Siesta Key has avoided the bad one for many years, and when Helene entered the Gulf in late September of 2024, you still felt okay. For it was headed towards the Big Bend region of Florida, would be 100 miles offshore, but this storm was massive.
That is going to be one of the main things we'll remember from Helene, just the sheer size of it.
6 feet of seawater would sweep across Siesta Key.
From Sarasota County of Siesta Key Beach to give you more perspective and show more of the flooding in the light of day.
And then here comes another one. A week later, Milton would form in the southwestern Gulf.
The normally bustling Siesta Key Beach, now a shell of itself.
Sarasota County has issued an evacuation for your area.
Almost every street along Siesta Key looks like this. The cleanup process was just getting started, and now it'll soon be on pause as the clock is ticking.
Instead of traveling north, it would make an unusual beeline eastward, seemingly right towards Tampa Bay.
Very unique storm in the path that it kind of directly crossed the Gulf of Mexico to be making landfall in these areas that we don't typically talk about.
They are nervous and they're taking it seriously. Just take a look at downtown Siesta Key. It's a ghost town. Usually this is bustling with life and businesses are usually open.
Like Ian, Irma, and Charlie would make a late jog to the south, right towards Siesta Key.
Everybody is absolutely just scared to death from this, as we should be.
Cat 3 major hurricane has made landfall at Siesta Key.
To the south on Siesta Key, where Helene brought devastating storm surge, wind appeared to cause the most damage as Milton came ashore.
There is such a feeling of being overwhelmed, the task of cleaning up, rebuilding, and most business owners have their homes as well as businesses to clean up. Your income is shut off. The workers are now unemployed. You might own a hotel or vacation rental, and you have to refund your bookings for at least a few months. You also have to deal with the governmental red tape, building permits, pleading with FEMA, and fighting with insurance companies. It's enough to make you want to give up. But through it all, a deeper bond grew between each other, and even businesses who may have been competitors now helping each other.
Employees of Siesta Key Oyster Bar found their building standing.
We honestly have been crying, we have been smiling, we have been so thankful, honestly very blessed.
And I think we all have that mentality out here. It's always the village. Yeah, we definitely care about our neighbors. Some of them have gotten a lot worse.
Yes, a lot was lost, but what made Siesta Key great is still here. The beach is still beautiful, and even a new pass reappears after being closed up for 40 years. The road that runs north to south along the island is called Midnight Pass Road. It was named after a pass just south of Turtle Beach that was covered up in 1983. The hurricanes opened it back up. The re-emergent Midnight Pass now flushes the stagnant water out of Little Sarasota Bay, making it much cleaner, also bringing in more fish and wildlife.
2 hurricanes couldn't keep one of America's favorite beaches down. Now 4 months later, Siesta Key is back open again.
And what kind of a name is Milton anyways?
So come with us as we show you what is open and give a status on what is closed. We'll show Sunset Beach, Siesta Beach, the Sarasota Circle area at Crescent Beach, Turtle Beach, and also travel down to Casey Key, showing Nokomis Beach. The nature has come back, perhaps signaling it's time for you to come back as well.
Siesta Key's back open!
These businesses have been through a lot, and they'd love to see you. So what are you waiting for?
Welcome to Siesta Key.
We'll start at the north bridge of Siesta Key, then work our way south. This is one of only two ways to access the island. South of the bridge is Roberts Bay, and north of the bridge is Sarasota Bay. You can see the skyline of Sarasota in the distance. Siesta Key is part of the city of Sarasota, but we are doing a separate video next week of downtown Sarasota that will include St. Armand's Key, Lido Key, and Longboat Key, as well as Nathan Benderson Park area along I-75. On the mainland side of the bridge is a little parking area for fishing or sightseeing. It is here you can take a 90-minute kayak tour with Fun Florida Tours. You paddle clear kayaks that are lit with 10,000 lumens of LED lights, which allows you to spot sea life, such as fish, manatees, dolphins, stingrays, and more. It is $65 per person. They also have tours in Sarasota, Anna Maria Island, and St. Petersburg. On the Siesta Key side of the bridge is Nora Patterson Bayside Park, another great spot for fishing, with benches and picnic tables along the water's edge. This park was just recently improved with an observation deck and modern restroom facilities. That's important to remember because there's not many public restroom facilities on the island. And the ones at Siesta Beach, you may have to walk a little ways to get to it from the parking lot. This is the north shore of Siesta Key. It's all residential, with a shoreline along Big Pass that is between Lido Key and Sarasota Key. For transportation, there's the Siesta Islander Trolley. It is completely free, part of the Sarasota County Breeze transit system. It runs every 30 minutes, 7 days a week, and this trolley also now goes to downtown Sarasota. Now, another fun way to get around is on a moped, which you can rent at Robin Hood Rentals in the village. These are brand new scooters. It is $95 for 24 hours, or $165 for 3 days. With the scooter, you can save on parking costs, plus it allows you to go to beaches that do not have parking areas. They also have scoot coupes that seat 2 people that are $159 for 24 hours, or $349 for 3 days. And there's golf carts, bicycles, kayaks, and paddleboards you can rent as well. Alright, let's show you around Siesta Key Village, where you'll find many of your eateries and bars. Around the corner from Robin Hood Rentals is the Siesta Key Beach Resort and Suites, which is pet friendly. And across the street, the Big Tiki Lounge, Siesta Key's largest tiki bar. Next door to Robin Hood Rentals is the Fudge Factory, with over 40 flavors of homemade fudge. And on the other side of Robin Hood Rentals is Gilligan's Island Bar and Grill with live music daily, another tiki bar with a large menu of beach food and tropical favorites. In this little shopping center is Flavio's Brick Oven Pizza and Bar with an extensive selection of wines. There's the Beach Bazaar gift shop and clothing store. At the corner of Ocean Boulevard and Canal Road is the Lobster Pot. Next to it, Minnie's Mini Donuts we'll come back to. The Beach Club Bar, a lively nightclub sports bar with live bands and DJs. Further down, the Village Cafe, a breakfast and lunch restaurant. And the Old Salty Dog, a very popular dog-friendly British pub. They also have a location we'll see next week in the Sarasota video. This Siesta Key location is open, but the one on Longboat Key is still closed. Now on the west side of Ocean Boulevard is the Hub Baja Grill, a very festive tropical-themed eatery serving pan-Latin fare, fish tacos, handmade lobster, and margaritas. Next door is The Cottage, a seafood restaurant with American and Japanese food in a tropical open-air dining area. Across the street is My Village Pub with a street corner elevated patio and an open-air sports bar. And behind My Village Pub is another Broken Egg Cafe. Further down is Olaf's with homemade ice cream and a variety of fudge. And there's Bonjour French Cafe. They have great omelets, plus quiche and espresso. So, as you can see, kind of hard to tell this area was hit with 2 hurricanes recently. Everything seems to be open. And we come to the Siesta Key Oyster Bar. This is where you saw the 2 employees talking at the beginning of the video, a beloved hangout of Siesta Key. I ran into the street side poet with a vintage typewriter he calls Geraldine.
Kevin Devaney, poet, and this is Geraldine. She's a 1923 Royal Portable Model P.
And there's the daiquiri deck, with a couple of locations on Siesta Key. Along with a variety of drinks, they also have some of the best grouper sandwiches. Alright, it's time to head to the beach, but I'm going to grab me an ice cream, back at Meanie's Mini Donuts. From here, Sunset Beach is just 3/10 of a mile. Can I get to the beach before my ice cream melts? I warn you, don't try this unless you are a trained professional.
Want some? Oh, it's almost gone.
Now let's show you the beaches of Siesta Key. We start with the northernmost beach, which is Sunset Point. Patriots Pier is located here, with flags of each branch of the military. Isn't that a beautiful flag? Every evening at sunset, the U.S. flag is lowered to taps in honoring veterans. This is one of those beaches that doesn't have car parking, but there are several vacation rentals here. There's Siesta Sands on the beach, one of the few vacation rentals that wasn't damaged by the hurricanes. Not so with the sandbox on the beach next to it. Was badly damaged, temporarily closed. There's the Beach Palm Cottages, colorful little cottages with hammocks, 1 block from the beach. They are available for booking. The Tropical Breeze Resort that is pet friendly. And here's Beachside Villas with a $30 per day pet fee for dogs under 25 pounds. Pretty reasonable. By the way, if I don't mention it's pet friendly, it means they're not. Further down, there's this little parking lot here with 4 spaces for cars. We continue down the shoreline. This is known as Sarasota Beach. It is where Ocean Boulevard meets Beach Road. Here is public access number 5, where there's about 30 parking spaces, but no restrooms.
Wherever we're going, I could not say for sure. Better not knowing, but it's better than before.
Out in the Gulf is Siesta Key Water Sports, Dolphin Drinks, and Sandbar Tour. They do about 3 tours a day. It is $60 for adults, $45 for children 10 and under. Includes beer, wine, and soda. They also have a morning mimosa dolphin tour and a sunset tour. We'll catch up with them for some parasailing in a bit.
Possible we're drifting, but it doesn't seem to be. Findable what's missing, but we've never missed a beach.
We arrive at Siesta Beach, the main beach of the Key. While it has a big parking lot, it can fill up. But on a scooter, there's no worries about parking.
Can't you see? Everybody swimming in sunshine. Everybody feeling fine. Everybody join the fun line. Ain't nobody left behind.
It's one of America's top-rated beaches because of the great modern and clean facilities here. There's an ADA crossover. It has a really good elevated cafe. Siesta Beach Eats at the Sand Pavilion with a sun deck that overlooks the beach. You can order online, everything from blackened chicken nachos to wraps, tacos, and a variety of tropical drinks, both alcoholic and non-alcoholic. Also, pickleball courts, something that is becoming very popular here. And there's a large playground with swings for little kids, or big kids like me. Just south of Siesta Beach are a lot of your bigger resort vacation rentals, the Gulf and Bay Club, Jamaica Royale, the Sarasota Surf and Racket Club, just to name a few, all of which you can find on Verbal. 1.5 miles from Siesta Beach is the Stickney Point Bridge. It is here you'll find several of the boat tours. Siesta Key Water Sports that we just showed is on the east side of the bridge. The Boathouse restaurant is closed, has nothing to do with the hurricanes, but was sold a year ago. The new owners, who also own the Hub Baja Grill and Beach House we showed earlier, are remodeling this whole plaza. In addition to the boat tours, you can also take a jet ski tour or rent boats and jet skis. We are doing some parasailing with them. Because of where they are located, you get a pretty good boat tour along the Intracoastal Waterway, since it takes about 30 to 40 minutes to get out into the Gulf. So the whole trip takes about 2.5 hours. The boat holds up to 12 people. It's $99 to parasail, and an observer can ride along for $60. For another $10, you get a little longer flight time. Up to 3 people can fly at a time. You can see Lido Key as well as Siesta Key. I think we all got about 10 to 12 minutes in the air.
30 seconds until touchdown.
This is Tower, you're cleared to land.
We are on final approach. How copy? Over.
Pulling the drag chute. Landing gear now down and locked. Main gear touchdown.
On the other side of the bridge is Fun Boat Tours and High Tide Tiki Boat Tours. Here you also have a couple of eateries for before or after. There's the Spearfish Grill with grilled and fried seafood plates, and also another daiquiri deck is here. You can rent pontoons or deck boats with Safe Harbor Marina here. In our previous Siesta Key video, we did Fun Boats Donut and Dolphin Tour. Now we are doing the Sunset Tour, which is $60 for adults, $35 for children 1 to 10. Again, we go up the Intracoastal Waterway. This tour is narrated. They point out several of the mansions, including one once owned by Prince. This tour went further into Sarasota Bay than the morning tour we did previously. It went all the way out across the John Ringling Bridge in Sarasota, which we'll see more of in next week's video. There's High Tide Tiki Tours, which also docks at the Safe Harbor Marina next to Fun Boats. There's Siesta Key Aqua Adventures Tiki Boat. They also have banana boats as well. We also pass by some of the boats that leave out of Marina Jacks in downtown Sarasota, like the Marina Jack 2 and the LeBarge Tropical Cruises, more of a party boat. We'll talk more about those boat tours in next week's videos.
Whistle clicking noise. They're given this noise by their mother, and it's got a piece of her sound embedded in their sound. So when they encounter a dolphin, they can throw out their sound. They instantly know if they're related.
Also, one of the most impressive parts of this tour is after sunset. When you go by the Roberts Bay Rookery on the way back, you'll see more birds than you can possibly count. Just 0.2 of a mile from Fun Boats, at the corner of Stickney Point Road and Midnight Pass Road, is Captain Kurt's Crab and Oyster Bar. They are known for some great clam chowder, which I learned how to pronounce in our Boston video 5 months ago. Next door is Captain Kurt's Sneaky Tiki, where you can enjoy seafood, burgers, and a tropical outdoor-themed eatery and bar. And there's Captain Kurt's Coffee Shop for fresh baked pastries or breakfast sandwiches. Next door is the Crescent Club, a bar and drive-up liquor store. Now moving south on Midnight Pass Road in the Crescent Beach part of Siesta Key, named so because this part of the island has a curved crescent shape. It is 2 miles, stretches from Siesta Beach to the Point of Rocks. This is a less crowded beach. There's no public parking, so you want to be staying in one of the many vacation rentals here. On Sarasota Circle is where you find many quaint lodging options. It is really a triangle, not a circle. There's a nice tree-lined beach access point here. This is the popular Sea Club Resort. They are closed for now. All of the first floor units was submerged in water. The pool and spa was filled with sand. They are working on remodeling. No word yet on when they will reopen. Their boardwalk crossover here, pretty damaged. Point of Rocks is at the end of Crescent Beach, near the seawall. It's a series of limestone rock formations that jet out into the Gulf for a half a mile, great for snorkeling. It's the only formation of beach rock on the west coast of Florida. To reach Point of Rocks, you can go to beach access number 13, a couple of blocks south of Sarasota Circle. This area got about 67 feet of storm surge from both Helene and Milton. About half of the vacation rentals still closed, but are well into the process of being repaired. Amazing you don't see more places completely destroyed, like we saw in Treasure Island. The pet-friendly Tropical Breeze Resort on Sarasota Circle, many of the rooms are open, will be fully open in April. You can book on Hotels.com. This is their Sarasota Resort, which is open. The Beach Club, with 1 or 2 bedroom suites here, is open, and the Capri at Siesta Key is also open. You can book on Booking.com. We move further down Midnight Pass Road. The island becomes very narrow at this point, between Little Sarasota Bay and the Gulf, so the properties here receive much more damage than on the north side of the island. Much of this area is residential. 2.5 miles south of Crescent Beach is what many would consider the best beach of Siesta Key, and that's Turtle Beach. You tend to see more wildlife in this part of the beach. There's parking right along the beach. Makes it very convenient. Easy access to the Gulf. It's ADA accessible. Covered picnic pavilions across from the beach. Now the restrooms are still closed, but they do have outhouses set up in the parking lot. Also, the Turtle Beach campground is closed till at least the end of February, possibly a little longer, but I think it should be open back up very soon. This beach also has a mangrove lagoon, makes it a great place for kayaking. You can rent canoes, kayaks, paddleboards from Ultimate Kayak SRQ, or take a guided tour through the mangrove tunnels and hidden beach areas, which is $54 for a single kayak or $100 for a double. There's a parking area too on the other side of the lagoon from the beach that I think many people don't know about. There's never many people here. A nice little boardwalk. Bailey inspecting things, says it's all in good condition. On the bay side of Midnight Pass Road is Turtle's Restaurant, with seating right on Little Sarasota Bay. They did survive and are open, and they also have a tiki bar near the road. At the Turtle Marina is Low Tide Tiki Boat Tours. They haven't continued their public tours yet, but you can charter the boat for a half-day tiki bar excursion to Sand Dollar Island. It's $100 for adults, $60 for children 3 to 17, minimum of 8 people to reserve. Just south of Turtle Beach is the Fisherman's Cove condos. Their first floor got hit very hard. They will be reopening their second and third floor units in September. And at the very south end of Siesta Key is where Midnight Pass reopened. Before the hurricanes, there was a movement to reopen the pass, and one of the blessings of the hurricane, that nature opened it back up for free. Well, maybe not for free when you consider all the damage. Now, the residents want to keep it open, so somehow if it does close back up, the county seems to be ready to maintain it so that it stays open. South of Siesta Key is Casey Key. You can't drive through on the coast, so you have to go around on the mainland, down US 41, and cut back to the coast on Blackburn Point Road. This is the municipality of Osprey, Florida, and is a great secret getaway. There's boat ramps and park areas on Blackburn Point Road, as well as 3 good eateries. On the north side of the road is the Shipwreck Bar and Grill, and the Deep Lagoon Seafood and Oyster House with seating on the Intracoastal Waterway. And then you go across the Blackburn Point Bridge, a historic swing bridge. On the south side of the road is the Casey Key Fish House. It has seafood with Asian accents, both an indoor dining room with an outdoor deck, and a very popular outdoor lively tiki bar. Just great friendly people that own and work here. You can't beat the old Florida atmosphere here. You can rent wave runners, kayaks, and paddleboards with island jet ski and water sports. We continue down Casey Key Road. The Golf Surf Resort Motel here, unfortunately, won't be opening back up anytime soon. Casey Key experienced the brunt of the destruction of Hurricane Milton. It will take many months, if not a couple of years, to fully recover. You have some of your modern mansions who did okay, but much of the greenery around them pretty cleared out. In our 2023 video of South Sarasota County, I'll call this one of the most scenic drives in Florida. Well, it looks very different now and closed to through traffic, only open for local traffic. Guest houses that were once covered by trees, now out in the open. Here's another one. Look real hard through all these trees, there's a little building there. And now this from 2025. Not much left. As we arrive in the Nokomis Beach area, the Gulfside Beach Club is open, as is the Siesta Key Resort Bungalows. It does have some properties on both the beach side and the bay side that are open. The pet-friendly Escape Resort in Marina is open and can be booked at Expedia, Hotels.com, or Booking.com. A look at the little peninsula between the mainland and Nokomis Beach has a boat ramp and kayak launch area, which are open. And here is Nokomis Beach, which is fully open. It's Sarasota County's oldest public beach, but remains one of the best rated beaches of Florida's west coast, with crystal clear waters. It passes water quality tests about 95% of the time. It is where you'll find a lot of wildlife, a good beach for finding seashells and swimming. They have the Sharktooth Beach concessions for burgers, fried seafood, and other American grub. Now, about 3/4 of a mile down the beach is North Jetty Beach at the Venice Inlet. Unfortunately, this beach is still closed and will be for a while, although I don't see anything that would stop you from walking down to the jetty on the beach. But the parking areas are all closed off. In this 2023 video, you can see the former North Jetty Trolley Fish Camp, built in 1946. Well, sadly, was damaged beyond repair. Nothing left of it remains now. In a look at the South Jetty from 2023, the Jetty Jack's Cafe was here, and a look at it now, all wiped away. The South Jetty sustained major damage to the massive bulkhead along Humphreys Park, and the North Jetty also sustained major damage, which the Army Corps of Engineers have to repair. And word is it could be a couple of years before that even starts. There are hopes of a quicker timeline. Please share in the comments below if you have any updated word on this.
Now that we've arrived here, I would not change a thing. Knew that we'd survive here and all the goodness we would bring. Of this I sing.
See, I told you it was open.
So, as you can see, even though Milton made landfall on Siesta Key, it is already almost back to normal. Now, had that hurricane come up through Tampa Bay, not only would it have been catastrophic for Tampa, St. Pete, but would have been much more devastation on Siesta Key. Like what we are going to see when we do Inglewood, Venice, and Minnesota in a month. Some of those areas, it was just brutal. But first, we'll show Sarasota. And then a trip to the East Coast, to north of Jacksonville, to Amelia Island. And then, in March, Tampa 2025. Featuring Gasparilla and the Savannah Bananas. Then later in the spring, Fort Myers, Sanibel, and Captiva Islands. I always recommend these Kurgo dog backpacks, but wanted to point out they have a dog compartment and a regular compartment for your other stuff. I actually put Bailey in the regular compartment and put my other stuff in the dog compartment, just because the center of balance seems better that way and gives her more room to stick her head out. There's a product link here, and also put an Amazon link in the description below. We are Tampa Aerial Media. We film travel promos across the USA. For stock footage, or if you'd like to hire us to film your city, region, or travel-related business, contact us at info@tampaaerialmedia.com. From Florida's resilient Gulf Coast, I wish blessings to you, wherever you may be.
Everybody swimming in sunshine. Everybody feeling fine. Everybody join the fun.